Jeremy Guy Vine is an English presenter, broadcaster and journalist. He is best known as the host of his own BBC Radio 2 programme which presents news, views, interviews with live guests and popular music. He is known for his direct interview style, and exclusive reporting from war-torn areas throughout Africa. Vine is also the host of the long-running quiz show, Eggheads, and in 2015 was a contestant in the 13th series of Strictly Come Dancing. Personal background: Jeremy Vine was born in Epsom, Surrey. He is the elder son of Guy Vine and Diana Tillett. His younger brother is the comedian Tim Vine. Jeremy is married to BBC News presenter Rachel Schofield. The couple married in September 2002 in East Devon, and have 2 daughters. Jeremy was educated at Linton Preparatory School in Ewell, then Aberdeen School in Burgh Heath, and then Epsom College. He played the drums in a band called the Fled Generation. At Durham University, he graduated with a 2:2 undergraduate degree in English. After a short stint on Metro Radio, Vine enrolled in a journalism training course with the Coventry Evening Telegraph, before joining the BBC in 1987. A former punk, he is a fan of Elvis Costello, whom he has seen 13 times in concert. According to an interview he gave in March 2015 on his Radio 2 show, his favourite song is Whole Lotta Rosie by AC/DC. Vine is the patron of Radio St Helier, a UK-registered charity providing radio programmes to patients at St Helier Hospital in southwest London. Vine is a practising Anglican. He has deplored the marginalisation of Christians in British society, saying that you can't express views that were common currency 30 or 40 years ago. He was named Speech Broadcaster of the Year in the 2011 Sony Awards. His 2010 election interview with Gordon Brown, where the Prime Minister put his head in his hands as he was played the recording of him calling a voter a bigot, won Vine the Sony Award for Interview of the Year. Professional background: Television reporting Vine's career at the BBC included reading the news on radio in Northern Ireland and working as a researcher on the BBC One series Heart of the Matter. In 1989, he became a regular reporter on the BBC Radio 4 programme Today, filing reports from across Europe. While working for Today, he published 2 comic novels set amidst the modern Church of England, including Forget Heaven, Just Kiss Me and The Whole World in My Hands. The novels were not successful and Vine now regards them as juvenilia. In the mid-1990s, Vine became familiar with BBC TV viewers as a political reporter, reporting on the modernisation of the Labour Party. He later made his mark offering irreverent reports on the 1997 general election. After the 1997 election, Vine became the Africa correspondent based in Johannesburg, travelling all over Africa. Reporting assignments took him to the war front to report on the Eritrean and Euro-Ethiopian War, the Angolan Civil War, the violence in Lesotho after South African troops went in and hoisted a South African flag over the Royal Palace, following leadership disputes. He also travelled to Algiers and Kenya, to report during political elections. Vine was successful in gaining interviews with key leaders in various African nations. 2 of these included Robert Mugabe, current president of Zimbabwe, and the leader of the Islamist regime in Khartoum, Sudan. Other areas of Africa from which he has reported include Mali, Zambia, Sierra Leone and the Niger Delta, to report on the Nigerian villagers' unrest over the work of the oil companies. In April 1999, Vine presented an exclusive report on South African police brutality for BBC Two's Nis Night. The film won the Silver Nymph at the Monte Carlo Television Festival, and resulted in the suspension of 22 police officers. Following this report, Vine joined Nis Night full-time as a presenter. He was one of the original presenters of Broadcasting House on BBC Radio 4. Television presenting Vine presented the politics show on BBC One from its launch in 2003, until John Sopel took over in 2005. In May 2006, Vine was announced as Peter Snow's replacement for presenting the BBC election graphics, including the famous swingometer. His performance on the night of the council elections in England and Wales on April 30, 2008, was widely criticised. In January 2007, Vine became the presenter of the BBC's flagship and the world's oldest current affairs program, Panorama, which coincided with the show's move back to a Monday peak time slot. The move from Sunday nights was the idea of BBC One controller Peter Fincham and was widely regarded as a scheduling stroke of genius. In 2008, Vine started presenting Points of View, taking over from Terry Wogan. On October 6, 2008, he started hosting the BBC Two quiz show Eggheads, in which he presented while the spin-off show, Are You an Egghead?, was presented by the regular host, Dermot Murnaghan. Since the spin-off show finished, Vine continues to host the second half of each series, with Murnaghan hosting the first half. In Series 16, it was announced that Vine had become the sole presenter. As of 2014, Vine also hosted the spin-off series Revenge of the Egghead. The series ran for a 6-week period, between February 24 and April 4, 2014. Radio broadcasting . In January 2003, after several stints as a stand-in for Jimmy Young on BBC Radio 2, Vine took over the lunchtime show on a regular basis. The show consists of a mix of news-based discussions including views from listeners, interspersed with popular music. After Vine took over the hosting duties, the show was revamped. While the regular Thursday food slot was dropped, the Monday health and Friday legal advice slots were retooled. Mondays the Health and Wellbeing Hour include either Dr. Sarah Jarvis or Rabbi Julia Neuberger, while Fridays Your Money and Your Life involve a variety of contributors, most frequently Martin Lewis. Fridays shows frequently include a link-up to gardener Terry Walton. Until October 2006, Lucy Berry served as the show's in-house poet. In 2005, Vine won the Best Speech Broadcaster award at the Sony Radio Academy Awards. Strictly Come Dancing . On August 10, 2015, Vine was the first celebrity to be announced as taking part in the 13th series of the popular BBC One competition Strictly Come Dancing. Vine was partnered with professional, Karen Clifton. On the fourth week of the contest, after Vine danced a jive to Bobby Darin unregistered trademark Splish Splash, Bruno Tonioli described him as a peculiar, off-the-wall artist like Tracy Emin, and Craig Revelhorwood compared him to a stork that had been struck by lightning. In week 8 of the show he was in the dance-off, alongside Jamelia, and voted out of the show, finishing 9th place. Controversies . It was revealed on February 4, 2015 that Vine received a 5-figure sum for a post-dinner speech at a £250 a head banquet organised by ADS Group, the trade organisation that represents defence and security industries in the UK, and attended by global arms manufacturers. Campaign Against Arms Trade lodged a formal complaint with the BBC, claiming a conflict for the organisation appearing to support an industry which profits from dictatorships which silence and suppress debate . This prompted a BBC response saying, Jeremy is a freelance presenter and so can make personal appearances without speaking on behalf of the BBC, as he did here . Personal life. Vine was married to an American banker, Janelle, for 7 years, but his marriage broke up in 2000. Vine stated that it was very sad, but their jobs and travel meant they had seen very little of each other in 3 years. He is now married to Rachel Schofield, a journalist and news presenter. They have 2 daughters. References. External links: Jeremy Vine's official website, Jeremy Vine at the Internet Movie Database, Jeremy Vine a agent, Jeremy Vine at BBC Programmes, Jeremy Vine to present Points of View BBC Press Office, April 7, 2008, biography Jeremy Vine BBC Press Office, Vine and his wife at the Sony Awards.